Casual Dan. Casual Dan.
Should we do
Producer Tim, he's a fan.
As of this moment, Erik Karlsson is still an Ottawa Senator. Probably not for long. Trade talks have been heating up all week. Thursday, NHL insider Darren Dreger reported Tampa Bay and Ottawa are continuing to work on a trade. But since the Lightning need cap room, the New York Rangers could also be part of a deal involving Ryan Callahan. We have plenty more on Karlsson throughout this show.
Yeah.
As we would love to mail it in on our last day of the week, but
we can't.
Refreshing Twitter. Our insiders, they can't sleep. They've got to check their phones.
I mean, a trade could break over the course of this show, which would make producer Tim happy. He loves breaking news. But first, we begin week 4 of the Canadian Football League season day. Here's the question we asked on our Instagrams today. Masoli, elite?
Yeah.
Elite quarterback?
So far this year.
So far this year, it seems to be the case, and Johnny Football can't get into the lineup. The Tabbies, the Riders, Saskatchewan fans, they love themselves some Cape Burnetts. Jeremiah Masoli can tie a CFL record with his 9th straight 300-yard passing game. And here, on Hamilton's first possession, finds a wide-open Brandon Banks for a 29-yard gain, led to a field goal. Saskatchewan playing both QBs, Brandon Bridge, Air Canada, and David Watford, former Virginia QB. Throughout the game, here's Bridge. Take it off for the end zone, leaps. Initially ruled a TD, but after the review, it is ruled that Bridge lost the ball before crossing the plane. The fumble is recovered by Hamilton. Ensuing Tabby's possession, Masoli, who's got a cannon, finds Terrence Tolliver. Oh, no, he doesn't. Deron Carter. Nice play there. Same Hamilton drive, however.
4 receivers to the far side of the field. Whitlock in the block. Here comes Charleston Hughes, and the ball intercepted. Hughes has got it, and a race to the end zone, and he's going to win it. Charleston Hughes, touchdown.
Chris Cuthbert on the call. Look at the hit Masoli takes on the play. Oh, my goodness. He was shaken up. He stayed in the game. Charleston Hughes putting the Riders in front. And we're off to the 4th quarter with the Tabbies up by 1. Masoli intercepted by Toby Antiga. That would lead to a go-ahead field goal for Saskatchewan. They were up 12-10 after a Hamilton field goal. Under 2 minutes ago, Bridge deep to Josh Stanford. What a catch! What a catch by Stanford. Unbelievable. Sets up the Riders. Next play, Marcus Thigpen finds a hole. And he gone. 34 yards. And that was the difference. The Rough Riders win it 18-13. So both teams now 2-2 on the season. And look who's joining us now, CFL analyst Matt Dunnigan. This is exciting. Matty, Jeremiah Masoli struggled early, but still managed another game over 300 yards passing. He had a chance to win it for the Tabbies. Take us through that final drive.
Yeah, I can tell you, it was a night of pressure for Jeremiah Masoli, and you credit the Saskatchewan defense for getting after him. He really was never comfortable, although he tied the CFL record tonight, throwing 9 consecutive games with 300 yards. He was not in balance most of the football game. You saw him flustered, running out of the pocket, making throws like that. That's a very difficult throw to make, and a very high-risk one as well. Just wasn't comfortable, and that's, again, it's Chris Jones making hay with what he had, and that was a questionable call there. I know Glenn Suter, my colleague, he didn't like it. I know that Milt Stegall, he didn't like it. He thought that was PI. It could have gone either way. Call stands on the football field. At the end of the day, Saskatchewan Roughriders defense and Chris Jones piecemealed an effort together that they could be proud of, because Jeremiah Masoli, hottest quarterback in the league, was not on his game.
And we're going to have another great one on Friday Night Football. And the reason I brought the live mic thing up, Dan, is because it is a live mic game between the Red Blacks and Alouettes. And if you didn't catch last week's game, you got to hear this. It's unbelievable. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific.
Does Trevor Harris look like a young James Duffy?
Unfortunately, yes.
Montreal Canadiens fans were rocked by some unexpected news on Thursday as the Habs revealed that Shea Weber, who is already recovering from foot surgery, will now miss 5 to 6 months due to knee surgery, a surgery that occurred over 2 weeks ago, but was only actually announced now. Weber had to have a meniscal tear in his right knee fixed. The tear wasn't spotted earlier as it went unnoticed in an MRI. Weber missed 1 game last season due to a knee injury and another 55 with a foot injury, which he's been rehabbing since his surgery back on March 13th. Weber only played 26 games last season, his absence being one of the main reasons the Habs plunged in the standings. By the way, from 2008, 2009 to 2016-17, he never missed more than 4 games in a season. John Liu on why the surgery happened when it did.
The fact of the matter is that the Canadiens and Weber did not know that there was this much damage sustained by his right knee. On June 19th, Weber underwent what was expected to be a regular arthroscopic surgery to clean up an issue that might have stemmed from a November 9th game that he missed due to an undisclosed knee injury at the time. But when surgeons went in, they discovered a meniscus tear, and as a result, they had to go and do a much more involved procedure. And so you got to take June 19th, the clock starts ticking, that Weber is going to miss 5 to 6 months, putting him back into action presumably around Christmas time. But Dr. David Mulder, the Canadiens' head physician, said that even if the Canadiens knew that there was this much damage sustained to his right knee, they could not have performed that involved a procedure while Weber was simultaneously recovering from foot surgery that he underwent on March 13th due to torn tendons that he sustained in Game 1 of last regular season. So basically, it was one after the other. They had to wait that amount of time, and they were stuck with a long recovery time frame for this current injury.
You have to feel for the Habs. Nice art behind John there. The Marlins hit the road Friday, happy to be playing in front of actual humans for the first time in 2 weeks. Over their recently completed 10-game homestand, the Marlins averaged just under 8,000 fans a game. So they were in Washington on Friday. You might be asking yourself, why are we showing Marlins highlights this early? Because this game was insane. Justin Bour smashes one to left center, his 14th of the year, 2-run shot. So the Marlins go up 9-0. Okay, the score is 9-0 Miami over Washington. Bottom 4, Trey Turner.
Trey Turner deep to right center.
Solo shot up at the Geico sign. So the Nats are now on the board. Now we're jumping to the 5th. It is now a 9-3 game. Juan Soto cranks one to center. That'll get down. Another 2 runs will come around. So the Nationals, who are losers of 5 straight, by the way, are now down by 4. Now it's time for the TSN turning point, or Turner point, if you will. And that's down 9-6. Bases loaded for Trey Turner. So Max Scherzer initiated a players-only meeting on Wednesday, apparently ripped into the entire team. He's pumped up, to say the least. Turner, 6 RBIs in this game. The Nats were down 9-0. Now they're leading 10-9. And now they're up 11-9 in the 7th. Turner back up with the bases loaded. This time he smacks one to left to bring home 2 more runs. That's a career-high 8 RBIs for Trey Turner. And the Nationals hold on to take a wild game, 14-12. Pop quiz hotshot. Who said this on Thursday? First, I'm going to go visit Toronto, see my parents, see my dogs, just regroup a little bit, just chill out. Were those words said by A, John Tavares after signing with the Leafs, B, Drake after the success of his new album Scorpion, C, Dennis Shapovalov after a disappointing second-round exit at Wimbledon, or D, producer Tim after another demoralizing week on this show? Well, let's check in on Shapovalov, shall we? Taking on Benoit Paire in the second round at Wimbledon. Paire playing with an injured left leg, not moving well in the first set. In fact, Shapovalov took the first set 6-love in just 19 minutes. But after Paire took the second set, frustration began to set in for the Canadian. Facing break point, finds the net, has some words for his box. Shapovalov went 1-3 on grass leading up to Wimbledon. Next game, Pair's serve initially called out, overruled by the chair, who awards the point to Pair, and Shapovalov not happy.
That call didn't hinder you at all. Man, come on, I hit a slice. I didn't even swing for it. He called it as I hit the ball.
Didn't have any impact.
Dude, did he call it as I hit the ball?
For me, with the late call,
Did he call it as I hit the ball? That's my question. Did he call it as I hit the ball?
and it didn't impact your
That's the biggest lie I've ever heard.
Shapovalov went on to lose the set 6-4. Late fourth set. Shapovalov for the set point on Pair's serve.
And he's put enough on it. My goodness, that was audacious.
An incredible lob from Pair to stave off set point, so they go to a fourth set tiebreak. Shapovalov just 7-13 in tiebreaks this year at 2-all, finds the net. Coming in, Pair had lost 6 straight matches against top 30 players. He beat Shapovalov in 4 sets.
Second round for Jeannie Bouchard, fellow Canadian, the 2012 Wimbledon junior champ, facing 2011 junior champ Ashley Barty. Chasing Jose on serve in the first. Bouchard attacks the net. Barty, forehand cross court. Barty 11-2 on grass this season. Takes the opener 6-4. On serve in the second. Bouchard with her third break point of the game. Drop shot. 2014 Wimbledon runner-up, lost her only match against Barty, which occurred last year in Miami. Jumps ahead 4-1. Bouchard blew a set point, up 5-3, serving for the set. Barty puts it away. She broke to get the set back on serve. Tied at 5. Break point for Barty. And hits the drop shot return winner. Bouchard drops 4 games in a row to go down 6-5. Barty with her 5th match point. Bouchard, net. Bouchard falls in straight sets.
Barty gets the job done.
Our coverage of Wimbledon continues Friday morning. Milos Raonic takes on Austria's Denis Novak. I have to say, I'm very disappointed in our Aussie Open crew as they failed to finish 8 liters of sour cream that was served to them. What did I say? Not Aussie crew? Wimbledon.
We're in Wimbledon now.
Oh, I always had the Aussie in my head. Coming up, Shea Weber sideline for a significant amount of time. What does this mean for the Canadians? I mentioned our Wimbledon crew. I wasn't lying. That's how much sour cream they were delivering. That's a year's supply. How much sour cream should we give them? All of it.
And the good folks at Paramount Pictures appreciate that, because Mission Impossible Fallout has sponsored our walkover clock over to this set. So thank you guys for doing that. That's real cool. You didn't leave it on the table. I might wanted to have a couple of spoonfuls.
As we told you earlier, trade talks are heating up in Ottawa. According to Darren Traeger, the Lightning and Senators, they're working on a trade for Erik Karlsson. And just to the east, Habs fans, they're reeling from the news that Shea Weber is out 5 to 6 months. So Ottawa and Montreal, times are tough.
Yeah. After being cleared to play on Tuesday, Blue Bombers quarterback Matt Nichols was announced as the starter against the BC Lions on Saturday. Nichols suffered a knee injury during practice back in June and has yet to play so far this season.
I feel awesome. Obviously a little frustrating last couple weeks, but overall I feel great, and I'm super excited to be out there. I think my teammates haven't seen me without a smile all week, so I'm just ready to get going and start playing football with the guys again.
Looks like a beautiful day in the Peg.
Beautiful everywhere in the country. I don't know, I'm just guessing.
The Blue Bombers close out this Saturday's doubleheader against the Lions. That follows Eskimos and Argos. Before those games, Friday Night Football, as we mentioned, it's the live mic game. Anything might be said, like, pass me a giant blue bowl of sour cream. I can't stop staring at it.
I think it's turned. Now for the rest of the stories you need to know, it's time for the Jay and Dan newsreel. According to the Associated Press, the lawyer for Sens assistant GM Randy Lee will enter a not guilty plea and file a motion to dismiss harassment charges filed when Lee makes a court appearance in Buffalo on Friday. The charges stem from an incident with a shuttle bus driver during the NHL Combine.
Plenty of signings in the NHL today. And by today, I mean Thursday, the Detroit Red Wings re-signed Andreas Athanasiou. The winger signed a 2-year deal worth $6 million. He's from Woodbridge, Ontario. Scored 16 goals in 71 games last season. The Habs avoided arbitration with Jacob De La Rose. The Swede signed for 2 years, making $900,000 a season. De La Rose played 55 games last season, 4 goals, 8 assists. He was a -2. The Carolina Hurricanes have re-signed defenseman Trevor Van Riemsdyk to a 2-year, $4.6 million deal. He led the Canes in plus-minus this past season and also matched a career high in points. Boone Jenner sticking with the Blue Jackets, 4 years, $15 million. He notched 13 goals and 32 points in 75 games last season, helped lead Columbus to 2 straight playoff berths. Now the Blue Jackets' busy day continued. They signed unrestricted free agent Anthony Duclair to a 1-year deal. The former Canadian World Junior star split time with the Yotes and Blackhawks last season, scoring 12 goals in 56 games. Tampa Bay re-signed veteran forward Cedric Paquette to a 1-year deal worth $1 million. Paquette spent all 5 of his NHL seasons in Tampa Bay. The Quebec native played in 17 playoff games for Tampa this year, and the Blues locked up one of their young RFAs. It's Robbie Fabry, so intriguing. 22 years old, signed for just $925,000, missed the entire 2017-2018 season after he injured his surgically repaired left knee in training camp. That could turn out to be a huge, huge bargain if he recovers completely. Robbie Fabry. Hey, look at that giant bowl of sour cream.
Development here. Our stats guy, Hound Dog Harrison, he said he wants a challenge. With 30 minutes to go in the show, he will finish this entire bowl of sour cream before the show's over.
And the problem is it's gotten
it's curdling.
It's curdling. It's gotten a bit chunky. It's almost like cottage cheese now.
So that's a reason to stay tuned. Not that you needed any reasons, because coming up, who says it's the dog days of summer? Plenty of great action coming up in the Jannies.
It's Janny time. These are our favorite and least favorite plays from Thursday. Oh my goodness! Stefanos Tsitsipas.
Summer League, Heat, Kings, Derek Jones Jr.
Big time dunk. And they love it on the Miami.
This Summer League happens in Vegas, correct?
Yes, it is.
Jones Jr. not done. Jones Jr., of course, was Indiana Jones's name. Henry Jones Jr. We learned that in the 3rd Indiana Jones film, and then they made a 4th, and it was horrible.
Oh, my goodness. Did I
Another Jones Jr.
Producer Tim has a crush.
Jr. again fly through the air.
How about this catch from Robbie Podorsky of the Fort Wayne Tin Caps? Oh, goodness. Focus?
Bizarre end to a 5,000-meter race in Switzerland. Fighting between teammates from Ethiopia occurs after one runner felt he was tripped. He retaliated by yanking on his teammate's shorts. He was disqualified for his actions while his teammate won the race.
Crush Davis. Deep center field. Jake Cave. He's got it. That's Jake Cave.
Before the Jazz and Hawks tipped off, Grayson Allen was putting on a show. We're showing shots from warm-up in the Jannies. Hey. And then he got in a fight during the game.
Did he? I hope Ted Cruz shows up at the Jazz game this year.
They've never been spotted together.
That would be pretty cool because, yeah, I'm pretty sure Ted is Grayson's father.
Coming up, is UFC Fight Week cursed?
UFC Hall of Fame inducted a pair of former fighters Thursday. Former welterweight champ Matt Serra enters as a pioneer. Serra won Season 4 of The Ultimate Fighter. But the big name was Ronda. And she was terrifying when she'd come into the octagon, wasn't she? 12-2 in her MMA career. Enters the Hall of Fame under its modern wing. We should announce that there is no actual UFC Hall of Fame.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
There's no actual location.
You can't go visit it.
So we're claiming it in our studio.
This would be a pretty good place for it. We could put it over where Gino's desk is. He's barely using that thing. He's off for 4 or 5 months.
He was just in the show.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
UFC 226 goes this Saturday in Vegas, where light heavyweight champ Daniel Cormier will challenge Stipe Miocic for the heavyweight championship. Cormier is confident in his abilities despite changing weight classes.
He is from Cleveland, Stipe, and Daniel Cormier tripped over a speaker after the media conference and needed help getting up. Dana White, at this point, who's helping him up on the left there, must have been about to fire the speaker guy.
His look says it all.
Man, he is so angry right there. Cormier said he's going to be just fine, and he will be fighting at UFC 226 on Saturday. You can see the prelims at 7 Eastern on TSN2.
At the World Cup, Neymar has been highly criticized for his antics on the pitch thus far. Something a younger generation is already picking up on.
Neymar!
You know what? People don't appreciate what a great actor Neymar is.
This is the stat of the day. It's true. Neymar has spent 14 minutes on the ground during the World Cup.
And Hound Dog Harrison, our stats guy, has spent the last 14 minutes eating that bowl of sour cream, and he's putting a serious dent in it.
That's right. We'll have an update on that at the end of the show.
It's Friday. Why does that matter? It doesn't. Our popular Jay and Dan App Store segment doesn't regularly appear on any specific day. In fact, sometimes we forget about it for weeks.
Yeah, but this week, not one of those weeks. It's time for the Jay and Dan App Store. These are apps that don't exist, but they should.
And we begin with how you can find the best seat next to Johnny Manziel on the Hamilton Tiger Cats bench. You use the Bench Geek app. Only Bench Geek will show you the best available spots next to Johnny. You'll be watching the game up close, yet so far away.
Introducing the greatest baking app in the world with the Ronaldo baking app. Ronaldo. I messed this up in rehearsals. I knew it, I'd do it again. Baking recipes from soccer superstar Cristiano Ronaldo. Baking Portuguese desserts the Cristiano way. Flopping the dough around and taking it out of the oven way earlier than expected. The Ronaldo app. Got it? That dessert is mushy.
Looking to match with the perfect opponent, Wimbledon? Try the hottest new tennis matching app, Bumbledon. This app is especially useful to Milos Raonic, who's hoping to find his way to the men's final with someone who matches exactly what he's looking for in an opponent. Low-ranked, injury-prone, not that great at tennis. I think that's what everyone's looking for in a tennis opponent. This has been the Jay and Dan App Store. Apps that don't exist, but should.
And guess what we're inching closer to? An update on Hound Dog Harrison and his battle with 8 liters of sour cream that has been sitting on a table for the entire day.
And he doesn't look so.
Worst play of the day, O's and Twins. We've got a line drive to first. Hooks foul.
Escobar
and catches first base ump Vic Catapaza.
Umpire, I believe that's Nick Marley.
Oh, in the thigh.
Umpire, he just got smoked.
Catapaza.
Hey, you're already. You see where Marley is.
I feel like I'm in Italy right now. Highlight of the night, Summer League, Derek Jones Jr.
Did I just see
his nickname?
Derek
Airplane
Jones Jr.
Mode.
Again fly through the air.
I like that.
But wait, airplane mode, that would mean he was silent.
Yeah, or he'd been turned off completely. You Blew It is our popular segment where we point out our errors. You talked about our Aussie Open crew. That's long gone. It was our Wimbledon crew. I tried to use a Max Fried pun. I tried to say something about the ball being freed from his glove. Did not land. I said Gino Reda was off for 4 months. He was on this show. He was on this show. I messed that up. Can we show Dan the Ronald Doe app again?
Yeah, I messed this up.
Yeah, you messed that up. We don't want to show. We're going to show that later. And
When?
I think we're going to show it at the end.
Oh, okay.
No? Oh, we're going to show it now? Okay.
Okay.
No. Oh, I
Okay.
just saw it in the commercial break, so Tim is freaking out right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw it in the commercial break, so I thought you had it ready. Okay. Dan said the... What did you say? Not Ronaldo? It's the Ronaldo app.
Ronaldo.
Oh, yeah, Ronaldo app. And then Hound Dog's been eating an entire...
Yeah, it was about 8
bowl
liters of sour cream. Let's check in, see how he's doing. Kind of almost done?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Hound Dog, why did you do this to yourself? Because we bullied you into it?
No.
Oh.
He almost did it.
Oh. Oh.
Well, luckily, he has a weekend to recover.
Hound Dog's a real masochist for food.
Can't be good. But you got a few more bites.
It's almost done, buddy. Oh.